Hey, welcome to the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute with your host, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest, Alan Bishop. Hey, this channel is all about home distilling and legal distilling. If you've got questions, reach out to us in the comments below, social media, or via bishopshomegrown@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out thealchemistcabinet.com.
Hey guys, so a little bittersweet moment here, but as expected, when I got home from work today, had a package waiting for me. The last package that Ben Quady sent me. Sent this out the day before he tragically passed away from Badmotivator barrels. Weird to think that he packed that and sent it out the day before. Pretty special though too. And the barrels that are in here are special, like very, very special. So they were special before all this happened. They were special because they were French oak. They were actually barrels intended for a master venter that got purchased by my distillery and never got used, so they're about to fall apart. So I took them to Kelvin Cooperage, and I had them put a #1 char on them as opposed to a medium toast, and we use those for Catawba brandy. So for those who don't know, I was originally a distiller at Copper and Kings. Brandy is very close to my heart. Indiana was actually the site of the first successful commercial winery in the United States, and one of the grapes that they used in their latter years was Catawba. Catawba brandy and Catawba wine became a huge deal in the wider Ohio Valley, specifically in Cincinnati, which is, you know, not too awful far away from Switzerland County, Indiana, where all this stuff started at. So we bottled those this past summer, or no, it was actually back in winter. It should come out sometime late this fall, as a bottled and bond Catawba brandy, the very first bottled and bond Catawba brandy post-prohibition in the state of Indiana, and also the very first grape brandy that is aged that I've released since I was at Copper and Kings, or I will release since my time at Copper and Kings. From there, we took my favorite of our bourbons, which is the Matty Gladden High Rye Bourbon. For those of you who haven't heard the Matty Gladden story, I highly suggest that you look it up and read it, because it is a super interesting story involving a woman who ran a little, for lack of any better word, whorehouse in Salem, Indiana. So Catawba is very perfumey, so I made the joke when we put the Matty in there that we were perfuming up a whore, for whatever that's worth. Anyways, I took those barrel heads and I sent them off to Ben here not long ago and asked him to make some barrels, and he made, I think, 5 barrels, of which I believe he sent me 3. We'll see when we open this box. I think he was keeping one for himself, and I think he was giving his buddy Chris one, but I'm not entirely positive. So they were already imbued with meaning before. Now they're even more meaningful than what they would have been, bordering on the edge of sacred in many ways. As you guys know that have followed me for a long time, to me distillation is a sacred art, and there's a lot of spiritual meaning in distillation for me in particular. So I'm going to set the phone down, stop the recording for a minute, and open this box. We're going to see what we got. Ben had also said something about including some extra stuff in here. So we're going to find out, guys. And we are going to use one of these barrels for the tribute that we've talked about to Ben, where we're going to use vanilla sugar as our base. I'm going to do some panela with some smoked apple. Justin Whaley is going to do some panela with something else. And then Wayne Herbert of Ozark Stillworks is going to do some panela with some apple, as well as cayenne, or not cayenne, but chili peppers that he grows. So be right back. Guys, Ben went all out on this package. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty damn special, guys. A big thank you to Ben and his family, and dude's always gonna be remembered for sure. He what a great explorer. I have so many ideas and thoughts right now, it's kind of hard to put on video, but I'll show you guys what all he sent me. So here's the barrels. As you can see, these are part of the barrel heads are part of what we call our tribute series at work, which is where we, if somebody passes away, or you know, if somebody that we look up to, or a special occasion comes along, we'll mark up some barrels and put some artwork on them. And you can still see some of our crayon on this one. So this was that Matty Gladden finished in Catawba. we did for International Women's Day, and we used the lyrics for Iron and Wine's Lilith's song for that barrel. The aroma is wonderful. So he did these, as you can see marked down here, barrel 2014. So X meaning previously used, char number 2. So I put a 2 char on it, but I can still smell that high rye bourbon and that Catawba brandy in these. I went ahead and unwrapped one of them because I do have plans for it here shortly, so I'm not worried about it drying out. This one you can also see the markings on. Pretty special. And this was the back side of the barrel that we just marked with the number and all that stuff. But he also sent me a sample of I believe this is Chris's sweet corn, aged 4 months on Oregon oak staves, right? 105 proof. So he sent this because we were talking about Oregon oak, and he had asked me if I ever played with Oregon oak, and I hadn't. And he talked about I knew he was doing some maturation sticks of Oregon oak, and he was talking about doing some bad mows with Oregon oak. And I talked to Chris about that the other day, and it sounds like that's going to happen still. And so I'm hoping to get a couple bad mows made out of Oregon oak as well. He also talked to me about Amburana and asked me if I'd ever used Amburana. And for any of you who know me, you know that I do use Amburana quite a bit, although I use it very carefully, because you can go way too far with Amburana real quickly, and it can go from interesting cinnamon tonality to almost, if you're a hunter, like deer urine. But so check this out. Sent me some Amburana aging sticks, which I'm very excited about. Those can be used so many times over and over and over again. But even cooler, I've got 6 of the Oregon oak sticks here, and I am very excited to play with that, because that is an oak that I have never experienced before. So we're gonna see what that does and try that sample and see how it plays out. But Ben, thank you, buddy. Again, we'll make sure that you're always remembered in the distillation world, and I know your boys have got this covered when it comes to keeping Badmo going, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future, brother. All right, y'all, love you. Later.